I want to talk about a problem with the inner ear in geriatric dogs, and I think it could probably happen with a dog at any age, but usually you see this in geriatrics. That's the only time I've ever seen it, and you might experience this, and what it's going to look like is like your dog is having a stroke. A lot of people think that your dog's having a stroke, and the reason why I want to bring this up is a very sweet dog that is a boarding client. I've known this dog for 15 years. I came home, I went out for about an hour, and this old dog doesn't need to be in a crate. She's super sweet. She gets along with my cat, my raven, my lab, my chihuahua, gets along with everybody. So she was out, and I saw her walking over to the water bowl over by my raven's cage, which is fine. She could drink out of that water bowl too. And everything seemed normal. I did notice that the dog was walking a little bit slower than usual. And, but nothing, we're talking about like a 14-year-old dog. So, you know, is that unusual for her to be walking slow? No, it's not. So she has these, her back legs are sort of atrophied. And I went out, I did some shopping, I came home in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and the poor girl was over by the crow cage and couldn't get up and spilled the water bowl. Now, because she spilled the water bowl, it was slick, and this poor old girl, like her back legs are sort of atrophied, so I'm sure she was totally stressed out and totally freaked out. I get her up, and I go set her down, and she looks horrible. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta call the owners and say, something's going on with your dog, I don't know what it is. I think she might be dying, because it's an old dog. They don't live, you know, this dog has lived to be 14 years old. This is a super sweet dog. I love this dog, man. I'm calling him up, I'm crying. I shit you not. It's very upsetting. I tried to give her food, she didn't want to eat. The owner's ex-wife said, bring her over to my house. So I'm like, okay. So I packed the old girl up, get her into the car. When I get her outside, I tried carrying her, but she didn't want to be carried. This is a large dog. This is about a 75-pound dog. So I put her down and I used a towel as a sling on her back legs to help steady her. She went down the steps, her legs started functioning outside, and I noticed right away that the dog had a head tilt. And I was exuberant. I was so happy to see it. And the reason why is because it leads me to believe that she has a problem with the inner ear. And if you run across this, with your old dog and you think that your dog is having a stroke and you see the old dog walking in circles with its head tilted, it's not a stroke, it's a problem with the inner ear. Take your dog to the vet, you'll put your dog on medications, and your dog will be okay. It's not a stroke. It's not a stroke, it's a problem with the inner ear. And in this case, the dog wasn't walking in circles. The dog didn't want to get up because already the dog has back legs that aren't functioning at full capacity. So the dog was just kind of like, I can't even use my legs. So, but her head was tilting, and her head was tilting on the way home, I noticed. So I'm very happy because I'll be quite honest with you. Not ready for this old girl to leave this planet. I was not prepared for this. I love this dog like it's my own. So, your dog's not having a stroke. It's probably got a problem with the inner ear. Get it to the vet.